Hey guys, Adrian here. Going to give you a little quick review of this Kawasaki Ninja 300. Let's go. So there are four things that I really want to cover in this review. The first one is the engine. Second one is ride quality, brakes, everything to do with suspension, stopping, steering. Last but not least, we're going to look at the overall fit and finish.
Alright guys, let's talk about this Kawasaki Ninja 300. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that the old Ninja 250, if you wanted to get it rolling, it was carbureted and it just felt like anything under 2,500 RPMs, there was really no power there. You really had to give it like a solid handful of gas to get her to want to go anywhere. In those first few thousand RPMs, it stank. But versus now on the 300, you have the fuel injection. Definitely get pickup right from 0 RPMs. A lot better. Another noteworthy change to the engine, aside from the switch over to fuel injection, in increasing the displacement size from 250 cc's up to about 300, they actually managed to get 40% more horsepower. So you're now looking at about 38 horsepower at the rear wheel, 18 rear wheel torque, which is pretty decent numbers for a bike this size. Totally overpowers the CBR 250. You can actually check out, I'll put a link in the description section below where you can see the full review on my site. I posted a couple years ago. It's still accurate, it's still valid. I'll also show 0 to 60 times, the quarter mile times, and the quarter mile speed, as well as some numbers on braking speeds. Speaking of brakes, I'm going to say those brakes feel kind of squishy. It's one thing that I've heard other people comment on. I kind of wanted to wait to try it myself. The brakes do leave something to be desired. Would I go as far as saying the brakes on the 250 are better? Having not ridden a 250 in a little bit, I'd say I can't make that call. Do I wish that this bike had better brakes? Yes, definitely. You bastard. Now, I did want to talk about fit and finish on this bike because Kawasaki had obviously a lot of experience. You know, when I started riding, if you wanted to ride on a street bike, your options were a Ninja 250. There was nothing really small that was available. There was no options like we have today. So what that meant was, well, you didn't have much options. Kawasaki, having so much experience in that small bike segment, meant that they really had a lot of research and data. And they knew a couple things. They knew that the people who were going to buy the Ninja 300 were very likely to be 25 or under. And they also might be likely, or a little more likely than average, to be women riders. So what they did was they had to build it to a price point for the 25 and under crowd. And that meant certain pieces were a little cheap. Like I got this little, I'll show you guys in the next slide. There's something that keeps popping out. Now the problem with building something to a price point is that you end up with pieces like this. See, this bike's never been dropped, but it's got this panel right here. There we go. And about every mile or so, it pops out from the seam just a little bit. Oh, see? That piece popped out again. Another thing to note about the Ninja is, I don't think you're going to impress too many women with it. Now, one beautiful thing about the Ninja, see that bicyclist? Let's go get him. Look at this tool. So Nice bike. So as you guys can see, went about another mile, not even. This piece has popped out again. There we go. As for building a bike for women riders, what that's meant is while they have raised the seat by about ½ an inch, they've actually made it narrower where it meets the gas tank. And the reason for that is it lets you sort of scoot forward so that you can flat foot. Now the reality is 4 out of 5 guys are going to have no issues flat footing this bike. I'm 5'11", I have no problems whatsoever. I mean, my legs are very bent. I might even say anyone 5'5" and above will have no issues flat footing. Say if you're looking to buy and own this thing long term, and even if you're not looking to own this thing long term but you just want to be safe, I would definitely recommend switching to stainless steel brake lines. If you're on a budget, maybe just do it on the front brake only. Cute girls in a Red Bull truck. Hello. Oh, texting and driving. Not good. Not good, ladies. Shame on you. Shame. Shame. And yeah, this is what Toronto driving is like, guys. Just from one bumper to another. It's nice. Not a bad looking city, is it? Something you need to do a lot of when you're riding through traffic is shifting. You're kind of constantly on a bike this size, shifting between first gear, second gear, first gear, second gear. The bike comes with a slipper clutch. I'm not even going to try and explain it to you. I actually have a really quick 2.5 minute video Kawasaki shared with the media as well as with dealers back when the bike first came out. I will link to that in the description box. You should check out their video, let them describe it in their own words, but it definitely helps when you're in the corners. If you're in twisties, got a downshift before a turn, you can definitely notice a difference. This bike was smooth from the start, and the slipper clutch definitely helps that. Circle tag! Trying to get to Lakeshore. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I must have missed it because I just came from there. Alright, cool, thanks. There's something to be said for riding a small bike because it's better to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. And, well, if you have to ride slow because you're in traffic, at least you're on a light bike. That always helps. So I've been riding around the city for about 45 minutes now. I did open it up a few times, and I'm really enjoying the bike. Definitely has substantially more power than the 250. The only other question really to answer is, well, it's a great beginner bike, super lightweight, super agile. They've made it for, they've made it as financially economical and feasible as they could. The only question left is, are you going to outgrow it? Now, I'll be honest with you, you're talking to somebody who's put about 30,000 miles, like over 50,000 kilometers on bikes that were 250 cc's and less. So I'm going to say this is not one that you'll quickly outgrow. Will you outgrow it, period? Yeah, of course, for sure.
So what did I learn after 2 weeks on the Ninja 300? Well, those extra 50 cc's go a long way. The 380-pound wet weight combined with a seat designed for short inseams make it easy to manage. Now the front brake could be a little stronger, but optional ABS or braided brake lines should help. Standard features that it comes with, like fuel injection and slipper clutch, make the Ninja 300 one smooth ride. The back suspension does have a 5-way adjustable spring preload, but the front end is non-adjustable. Bike makes around 35 rear wheel horsepower and 17 foot-pounds of torque. It's got a 6-speed tranny, which allows you to comfortably take it on the highway without having the bike revving like crazy. And your top end is probably around 110 miles per hour or about 170 kilometers per hour. Overall, the Ninja 300 is a very efficient, well-performing, easy-to-handle beginner motorcycle that in my estimation, you won't soon outgrow. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you really liked it, please hit subscribe for more videos. And if you hated it, give it a thumbs down, but let me know why in the comments. If you have any questions on the bike, you can leave a message there too. Ride safe, guys. Peace.